So good morning. Again, this is Leslie Stearns with Workforce Solutions at Rural Capital Area, Talent Development Facilitator, who'll be doing this presentation this morning on overcoming ageism in job search. I want to thank you for joining me today. The objectives of this presentation are to show how to overcome an age bias which is not limited to the older worker, but also being too young and inexperienced can also pose a challenge. We'll learn effective job search strategies for individuals in early, mid. We're going to find out how to write a resume that downplays age-related barriers to employment, as well as review job interviewing tips on reinforcing your qualifications to avoid age discrimination as well. Advantages of a diverse ages. Workforces are becoming increasingly diverse in age demographics. This creates a professional environment that is rich in experience and maturity, as well as youthful exuberance. Companies that employ workers in a wide ranges of age have the advantage of creating a dynamic and multi-generation workforce with a diverse range of skill sets that is beneficial to the company. Advantages of diverse ages. They have diverse skill sets, varying degrees of knowledge of technology. They offer tradition and mentoring. Misconceptions about hiring someone who is older. Energy. Will an older worker have the energy to keep up? Health. Will he or she be out due more to sickness or doctor appointments? Technology. Is the worker technologically outdated? War stories. Will this person be draining on others by telling all of their war stories of past employment? Adaptability. Is this person open to new ideas and ways of doing things? Management intimidation. Will this person undermine a manager that might be younger? The advantages of hiring someone older. Almost 12% of Texans, being 3.2 million people, are 65 and older, and that number is only growing. By 2050, the figure is expected to increase to almost 20%. Information is found at healthandhumanservices.gov on aging. The advantages of hiring someone older. Problem solving. With 12 to maybe 20 or 30 more years of experience, an older worker has been there, done that, so they're great at problem solving. Perspective. Someone older has the ability to communicate long amid short-term goals, providing leadership perspective that can only be accrued years can deliver. Knowledge. With decades of work and life experience under their belt, older candidates offer a deep well of knowledge and self-confidence. Capacity to grow and learn. Older workers have a proven track record of working to meet constant changes and procedures as their industry evolves into automation while keeping up with new technologies. And finally, mentoring. Many older workers have the initiative and ability to coach and mentor their younger peers. Misconceptions of hiring someone younger. They're only interested in making money. They can be difficult to train. They switch jobs often because they become easily bored. Cannot be trusted to stay off social media. Will not accept constructive criticism well. But there are someone younger. They offer new energy and perspective. Young employees can bring fresh perspective and a different way of thinking into a business. Advantages of hiring someone younger, the new perspective. Younger employees can bring fresh ideas to your business, and they come from a different generation with different ways of thinking. In training, young employees are essentially a blank slate. They don't have habits from previous workplaces that you need to break. Cost savings of hiring younger employees. Hiring younger employees might be less expensive than older, of course, because of salary. Tech skills. Young people grew up with technology. They know the ins and outs of computers, the internet, social media, and what's new on the cutting edge. There's a wonderful YouTube video, and the link will be included in the workbook, on how to overcome age discrimination. It's through Work It Daily with J.T. O'Donnell. There are available on the Work It Daily, so beware that some things they charge for, but this presentation is free. It offers a really cool perspective on what an older worker can bring to an employer and how they can address it in an interview and even in a resume. I highly recommend watching it. Be sure to use up-to-date job search strategies. It's important to stay relevant and current. Also, streamline and upgrade that resume. You have to change it for every job posting you send it out to. So be ready to respond to interview questions about your age, and flexibility is the key. Social media and job search. Social media is a great tool for job seekers. Digital technology is frequently used by recruiters. You have your automated tracking systems when you upload your resume that counts your words against the job posting. You have good network and growing your network, whether you're first entering into your first job for your work career or you've had several. So to effectively leverage social media, you do need to use it. Update your LinkedIn account. If you've had a LinkedIn account, make sure that it's current, up to date, dust it off, add your most relevant experiences. It's a great way to also research companies and network for potential jobs. Again, another link on Mastering LinkedIn will be included in the workbook. Update your LinkedIn account. Here's an example of a LinkedIn account. This happens to be mine. I went in and updated my information. I had the account, I think I created it in the early 2000s or whenever it first came out. I, to this day, still get job offers and email alerts for who is hiring by entering in my relevant experience and even the current job that I have now. This keeps me up to date, and to also be able to see the impact that's going on right now with the world, and seeing who is hiring and what companies are available. Keep up to date with the search your YouTube and use WSRCA Academy for online training. WSRCA Academy is a tool that any Workforce Solutions staff member can sign you up for, but there's several different ways to research free online courses. Some of the top new office software programs to communicate, now that a lot of people are doing virtual communication and doing their job from home. People are using Teams more often. If you need to update your Excel, that's a good way to research and look to see how to become relevant. Excel is such a large animal. There's so many facets to it. SharePoint, I use that a lot with my current employer and staff mates. That's how we communicate with each other, as well as have living working documents. And of course, Microsoft Office 365. There are so many platforms, but take time to take a look and see what is most current and relevant. It's important to also research different job banks. For individuals that are a little bit older, there is the seniorjobbank.org. Senior Job Bank offers jobs geared towards the more seasoned professional. You can search by location, category, and even just to be able to bring up different employers to research company websites. Another one is the National Older Worker Career Center. There's all types of different things that are offered on the National Older Worker Career Center, such as jobs, training, staffing assistance if you need to for recruiting. There's also jobs for people over 50, retirement jobs. You might decide that you want to start working for nonprofits or cut back your workload if you're wanting to sort of ease into retirement. Job banks for younger folks or even older. Snag-a-Job is a good work experience before. You can enter in your transferable skills from your education or course study, and it will match you to current job postings. For instance, Snag-a-Job shows here currently health workers, caregivers, delivery services, pharmacies. These are the types of folks that are hiring, but there are a lot of customer service jobs as well. Get Hired is another website. Helps with technology and HR recruitment. Here you might find more technical positions such as engineers, computer vision algorithm developer. So it's another good website. All of these links will be included in your workbook. LinkUp. LinkUp is again another website that helps you match to jobs currently within your area. There's so many out there, you can't go wrong. Just take time to look and see and try not to miss a good opportunity for yourself. Hot careers. You can also use the Rural Capital headlight to find current trends in the job market at www.ruralcapital hot-careers. This takes current labor market information to allow you to be able to search for specific occupations. It'll help afford you the knowledge of what is the going rate speaking by specific towns or areas. It will provide salary information. Here, you can pull up a report that talks about the fastest growing occupations, labor market information from the tech area. You can list job occupations. It'll show you the current hourly wage and the typical education or major sector that is required to fulfill that job. Be sure to age-proof your resume before you send it out. Limit what you include on your resume. If you've had a lot of work experience, you may want to list only 10 years of relevant work experience. Don't list actual numbers or years of experience, or maybe even take off your graduation date. Use current trends for formatting your resume, and that means that it should be 1 to 2 pages long, and use qualifications instead of an objective. Objectives are considered to be sort of old school. So have a qualification section in the very beginning of your resume. If you're hiring for a computer programmer position, you might label it computer programmer qualifications and then highlight your specific skills and knowledge to that job posting. That'll get you definitely noticed by the hiring manager or persons who are scanning your resume. It's also important to age-proof your cover letter. Make sure that your experiences and accomplishments are relative to the job. Be sure to use contemporary vocabulary. For example, you could use the term formatted documents rather than typed documents. Use modern fonts and formats. This will also help if the system that you're applying to uses an automated tracking system. Fancy bullets or fancy fonts or shading can system. Nail the job interview. A job interview gives you an opportunity to overcome possible age bias and persuade the employer you are the right person. The interview is an opportunity to reinforce your qualifications, depth, or experience for strong work ethic. Relate well to young and older interviewers about being over or underqualified. Always project a can-do attitude. Additional tips are included in the workbook. Be flexible on salary. If at all possible, delay the discussion about salary until the employer offers you the job. You may need to take a pay cut initially, especially if you had a higher earnings and are having difficulty finding a job at the same level. Be open-minded about salary. It's important to know that your pay will increase once you've had a chance to prove yourself. A quick tip, use your workintexas.com profile to check out current labor market information. Again, this will help you in your salary negotiation when it comes to that time. Resources. There are many different resources that will be located in your workbook. There's books, web links, different webinars on, again, LinkedIn or overcoming ageism, and that will be sent to you as soon as this presentation is over. I want to thank you for joining me today. We'll see if anyone has any questions.